In the quest to accelerate their economic growth, a number of African countries are looking to maximize the use of one of their most precious natural resources, land. But the aggressive move has become a point of contention between the governments and their citizens. In a small village in Ethiopia's western Gambela province, women pound corn surrounded by children who help prepare the daily meal. These villagers are among thousands that were booted from their ancestral land so the land could be sold to foreign investors. The villagers now live in one of several settlements created by the government under a controversial plan known as villagization. Under the program, the residents are offered new homes in purpose-built villages where provincial officials say they will get better access to centralized services such as health and education. Omud Obang, president of Gambela Regional State, explains.
Overall objective of this program is that want to provide services because we are not simply taking the community from one place to the vacuum.
Some villagers like Ajulu Kiro, a widow and mother of four, have been given small pieces of land to cultivate food to eat and produce to sell.
I didn't have land where I was, but since I settled here with the villagization program, I was given land and I have cultivated some grain on it. So there are some big differences compared to life before resettlement.
But activists say the move is denying thousands of people access to their ancestral land, and they are accusing the government of land grabbing. Large tracts of land formerly lived on by the resettled communities have been sold to companies from Saudi Arabia and India who have cleared it to grow food and cash crops for export. These companies insist that much of the land they are cultivating was uninhabited when they leased it from the government. Deribu Shanko, the site manager for Saudi Star, one of the main foreign firms operating in Gambela, says the land is not being lived on.
You see, there are plenty of lands, empty lands. They are not settlement. No settlements are around here. So no one is moved or settled by force from this area.
Whatever the reasoning, there are mixed feelings about the whole issue of foreigners investing in what some see as Africa's ancestral lands. Just as Lavi, a Kenyan farmer, insists that African lands should be used by Africans to feed Africans.
In EU, as European Union, in USA, I think such a thing is unheard of. That a Kenyan will go in USA, buy land there, or even higher land, farm and bring the crops to Kenya. That is unheard of. So it is upon our governments, African governments, to build the capacity of our people so that they will be able to produce for ourselves, and the excess can be exported.
Some analysts say that selling out or renting out large tracts of land to foreign investors does not help the continent because those commercial farmers grow for export while those very nations remain food insufficient. The Ethiopian government program is affecting people mostly from the Anuak ethnic community who inhabit parts of South Sudan and Ethiopia. An increasing number of activists, many of them members of the Anuak community living in exile, after being evicted under the resettlement scheme, say the land has been lived on for centuries by indigenous communities who cultivate it on a seasonal basis. Okok Ojulu, a former resident of Gambela, now living in exile in Nairobi, Kenya, says his ancestral land is irreplaceable.
Land to the indigenous people is life. Is their history, is a spiritual, is a political issues.
Human Rights Watch published a report late last year alleging crimes against humanity by Ethiopian government against residents of Gambela under the resettlement program. The report says Anuak communities have been targeted by government soldiers who allegedly raped, beat, in some cases killed those who opposed the villagization program.